Rocky Mountains have been a source of awe since the first humans found their way onto the North American continent. Their majesty and beauty cannot be empirically measured, but these facts are undeniable all the same. The utilization of the resources the mountains have to offer is a challenge, even for modern groups with the application of technology, but there is evidence of the use of the mountains dating back millennia. Crossing the mountains for both humans and other animals is a formidable challenge and is most effective by using the mountain passes, where the terrain allows a slightly easier route. Rollins Pass in Colorado's Front Range is a perfect example of a snapshot of the relationship between the mountains and humans throughout their shared history. The aim of this short documentary piece is to highlight the history of Rollins Pass. Educating the public about the history of the pass and the people who used it for their livelihoods has the aim of preserving the physical remains of this history. High volumes of people have come and gone through the pass throughout time, and with these people have gone pieces of the history of the pass in the form of artifacts, shifted stones, and personal monuments. Hopefully understanding and respecting the pass will translate into a more vehement protection of the physical history of the pass by the modern-day visitor. The earliest evidence of human uses of the pass is written in the form of long and low stone walls, rock cairns, and hunting blinds. Contrary to most speculation, beginning with the Denver Post article from 1873, these stone structures do not represent the ruins of a city or a religious ritual, but instead are game drive complexes. While there is some speculation as to what kind of animal was hunted in this communal fashion, it was likely elk, bighorn sheep, or mule deer. These herd animals would have been moved down the drive between a pair of walls. The walls gradually narrow to form a V-shape, and hunters would wait in blinds on the outside of these walls to ambush the prey when they were grouped tightly together. The animals would have been shot with an atlatl and dart or a bow and arrow. This kind of activity effectively killed large groups of animals in a single event and was likely a communal effort of a group of people. With the coming of the Europeans to North America, the pass began to be used in a different way. The next youngest physical evidence left in the history of the pass is a wagon road, which was built in the 1860s by John Rollins, the namesake of the pass. The wagon road was the first effort by the settlers and miners to cross the pass and is still visible and partly in use today. The wagon road was not efficient enough for the needs of the developing industries in the West, and so was replaced by a groundbreaking railroad. The rail line was the pet project of the business magnate David Moffett. The railway went through the pass, crossing over trestle bridges and through tunnels in the rock. It became the highest rail line ever laid, and the town, which was established for train layovers, became known as Corona for its place at the top of the world. The railroad is no longer in existence, but much of the impact it had on the natural environment is still present. The advent of the railroad and the changes it made to the landscape have made Rollins Pass very accessible to modern visitors. This is both an asset to the pass and a liability for the history it possesses. While many people are able to enjoy the communion with the mountains landscapes, which has been an eternal appeal for humans over the last several thousand years, the artifacts and physical history at the site are in perpetual danger of looting. Looting is and has been a problem for all sites, historical or archaeological. Unfortunately, some individuals value their own momentary pleasure in possession over the value of knowledge which is lost because of their greed. The true lovers of history and natural landscapes understand the value of simply leaving things be. Rollins Pass is in the downward arc that the detrimental effects of human activities have had upon the natural landscape. This is as it should be. The final message and wish of this small piece of documentation is an entreaty for all the visitors to Rollins Pass to observe, enjoy, and respect the history of the pass, but to please leave it where it lies.